Number 10. A Russian astronaut recently found a hole inside of their spacecraft, and no one knows how it got there to begin with. Watch this part and try to translate what he is saying if you can. Perhaps it will give us some clues.
Привел в отсек осу, где за накладкой мы обнаружили 2-миллиметровое отверстие, куда уходил наш воздух.
The hole appears to be man-made and even covered with a piece of material to conceal it, which to me indicates an act of intentional sabotage. My only question is, why would someone drill a hole in the wall to begin with? The wall does not seem to be very important, and they can still fully operate the spacecraft regardless. The hole appeared after the Russian craft docked aboard the International Space Station. Now NASA and Russia are working on a secret investigation to determine who created the hole, and if it was sabotage. Let me know what you think happened on this spaceship based on what you've seen in this video. Number 9. This leaked video of a factory in China has allegedly been traced back to a popular American retail chain, at least according to the uploader of this undercover video. A person known only as Citizen Satyarthi. Here you can see small kids doing assembly line work to create mass amounts of a cheap plastic toy. Almost everything in this large manufacturing plant is done by hand, which means repetitive tasks and presumably very long hours. At 2 minutes and 5 seconds, they show a wall of boxes that might help us determine if this video is real or not. Let me know if you have seen these boxes with purple markings in a stockroom or warehouse near you. If so, it could be a coincidence, or it could mean they have direct ties to this facility after all. Number 7. Michael Manzo thinks there is something wrong with the snow. He grabs some from outside and attempts to melt it with a butane lighter. For some reason, it becomes blackened by the flame but otherwise remains in one solid piece.
No moisture. No dripping. Look at this.
Next, Michael takes more snow and holds it over an open stove.
No moisture. Look at this. No drippage.
Somehow, the snow fails to melt in the slightest despite being held over an intense heat source twice. This leads Michael Manzo to conclude that this is some sort of artificially modified substance, made to look like snow, presumably from weather experiments of some kind. Let me know what you make of this video, because I honestly have no idea how this could be possible. Number 6. This underground hacking convention shows how easy it is to undermine society using basic spy tools that cost next to nothing. For example, this device is designed to look like a USB charger.
And it in fact is a USB charger, but he put some other stuff inside of it.
The true purpose of this device is actually to monitor what everyone is typing into their phones and computers within a certain radius.
In this package is a sniffer.
Everything from usernames and passwords to credit card information can be lifted using one of these chargers. It also actually recharges devices like normal. The whole point is to make sure the device looks as ordinary as possible so as not to cause any suspicion. You could walk by someone hacking your entire life and never know it. This simple children's messaging toy has been recoded with an app that can access into cell phones, garage openers, and other basic radio frequency systems.
This is an off-the-shelf children's toy with a highly capable radio in it that can tune to quite a range of frequencies in the sub-1 gigahertz bands.
The full video is over 50 minutes long and filled with various equipment and exploits that are quiet and carefully concealed. It just goes to show no security system is ever entirely safe, especially in this era of advanced strategies. Number 5. World powers have been locked in a secret underground race to control the fate of the atmosphere itself. China, Russia, and the US are working on a new microwave technology that can jam radio signals by heating up a small portion of the sky to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. The new technology puts out up to 260 megawatts of energy into the atmosphere at one time, roughly the equivalent of an entire city, and blocks all major frequencies from receiving signal. Now it seems the US has taken the technology and put it on fighter jets. We still aren't sure what heating up the atmosphere will do to the Earth in the long run, but it could possibly worsen existing environmental problems. It's hard to tell what effects this will have on nearby civilian populations, though I doubt it will be anything good. Based on what you've seen here, let me know if you think the world has gone too far with this technology, and if we should put limits on its usage. Number 4. This leaked video supposedly captures a secret anti-gravity experiment conducted by the government in broad daylight. A military helicopter rises in the air without moving its blades, all while making a magnetic humming sound the entire time. Listen to how bizarre distorted droning becomes more distant as the helicopter somehow flies away. There definitely seems to be something aboard causing that sound, perhaps an experimental anti-gravitational device. I don't know about you, but that definitely does not look or sound like a normal helicopter to me. I have heard that helicopters can sometimes look like this depending on the camera that's recording it, but if someone could provide me with a more concrete explanation, I would really appreciate it. Until then, I have to wonder if this really was a government anti-gravity experiment taken within plain sight of the public. Number 3. This video experiment proves something which many governments do not want the general public to know. Turning objects invisible is actually way easier than you would think. Look what happens when this YouTuber lowers a basic glass test tube into vegetable oil.
But if I actually put it in far enough that the entire test tube is submerged, it vanishes almost completely.
This simple experiment proves that certain liquids can actually bend light around an object to render it invisible. The key is pairing the right reflective properties with the right objects. This basic scientific principle is what governments are currently experimenting with to create cloaking devices for humans and even aircrafts one day, if they haven't done so already. To further prove their point, this YouTuber pulls out a second test tube that's been hidden in the center of the glass the whole time. Let me know if you think this experiment really does have any military potential, or if this whole idea is too far-fetched to have any practical use. Number 2. This video, supposedly taken somewhere along the beaches of New York in 1959, shows an unknown creature washed ashore. It looks like it could belong to some sort of primate species, but its torso is a little too long and its arms are a little too short, plus its entire body is nothing but pure muscle, almost like it's been experimented on. In fact, a closer look reveals that this creature shares the combined characteristics of many different animals, everything from a panther to a bear. If this video is to be believed, then this creature hails from a mysterious nearby research facility called the Plum Island Animal Disease Center. Maybe it escaped the island on its own, or maybe it was improperly disposed of by workers after they were finished with it. Either way, what purpose it served, and what it has been infected with, if anything, has never been revealed. I do think there's a possibility that this video is fake though, because it kind of looks like it was filmed in high definition with a grainy filter. Either way, let me know what you think about its authenticity. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. My new music video Stranger was recently released. Could I get your honest opinion on whether it's good or bad? Tap the circle icon in the top right corner. Then tap my music video to watch it. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person, so if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. This way you'll be notified of the new videos I upload every Thursday and Saturday. Number 1.
So what are you doing here now? Show off.
This video supposedly comes from a captured alien who is being held somewhere within the Area 51 outpost. When they ask it where it is from, the alien gives a surprising response. It goes on to explain that traveling through time is the same as traveling through space, though his answers always remain cryptic and sometimes impossible to understand. This video is probably not real because the alien sounds like a basic voice changer app, but then again it does look very lifelike and convincing at times, especially when it becomes displeased and ends the interview abruptly. Whether it's getting in trouble with parents, police, or the paranormal, all of these YouTube videos have one thing in common: they absolutely did not go as planned.